TV5 News starts right now with a breaking news alert.
And we begin with breaking news tonight as police are investigating the shooting death of a 16-year-old Freeland High School student. Good evening. I'm Cameron Ridle.
And I'm Elena Holland. The student killed was discovered in the basement of their home early this morning.
Police believe the shooting occurred following a bonfire at the victim's home on North River Road in Tittabawassee Township.
TV5's Rachel McCrary was in Freeland to see how the community in this mid-Michigan town is coping with such a tragedy.
I just can't imagine what the mother's going through on Mother's Day. I just cannot imagine.
On Mother's Day, Ron Whitman says most moms are out celebrating and spending time with their kids. But in the quiet community of Freeland, he says some mothers and a lot of other people must be heartbroken. Police say a 16-year-old boy died Sunday from a fatal gunshot wound.
In a blink, yeah, absolutely. They need to educate their children, tell them each and every day that they love them.
Whitman says the victim goes to school with his daughter. Tittabawassee Township police believe the shooting happened following a bonfire at the victim's home. Investigators are not currently releasing the name of the boy, but do say alcohol may have played a role. And police are confirming that the shooting happened in the basement of a home here along North River Road. Freeland High School student Lauren Richter says it was hard to get through work today at Pat's Food Center. She says she knew the victim and describes him as funny, well-liked, and athletic.
Pretty much in a shock. Wasn't really expecting him. It kind of came out of nowhere. I just didn't really know what to do.
Detectives are interviewing fellow students that were at the bonfire to try to figure out if the shooting was intentional or an accident, while Freeland High School and some local churches are working on getting counselors together to help the community grieve. As for Whitman, he hopes there's never a shooting like this again.
Put the guns away. Lock them up.
Reporting in Freeland, Rachel McCrary, WNEM TV5.
Rachel, thank you. In a statement released tonight, the principal at Freeland High said, as we grieve for one of our own, we ask for your prayers and strength for his family and our school community.
And of course, we will continue to bring you more information as it comes into the continuous news center.
Somebody needs to see something. And until you start seeing something, this is just the beginning of our problems.
A Mother's Day plea to help the community stop the violence.
On this Mother's Day, churches throughout Flint recognize the mothers who have lost a child to gun violence.
TV5's Ashlyn Hill spoke with one woman grieving the loss of her nephew.
It's tragic, not just on Mother's Day, but every day.
Teresa Johnson lost her nephew, Jalen Lewis, to gun violence at just 20 years old, making it a harsh reminder, especially on a holiday dedicated to mothers like she and her sister. But the Prince of Peace Missionary Baptist Church in Flint says they're doing everything they can to turn that around.
It's a Mother's Day celebration, but more than that, it's a Mother's Day plea to end violence within the Flint community.
It's very special for them to acknowledge that they are gone, that their killers have not been caught yet. It's a privilege.
Reverend Jeffrey Hawkins is the pastor at Prince of Peace. He says he has his own personal connection after losing not one, but two sons to homicide in the city of Flint. Hawkins says he knows how hard this is on mothers and fathers.
The pain never goes away. They deal with this every single day, and even a day like Mother's Day, where their life has been altered, makes it even challenging for them to even celebrate this day.
Hawkins says he hopes Prince of Peace will remain a support system for those suffering from loss, as well as encourage people to come forward when they know information about a crime.
We've seen so much violence and shootings lately, and it's time for us to come together and say, you know what, we need to stop the killing, stop the shooting, stop the violence. It's not just the victim, but the whole family become victimized, and enough is enough.
Reporting in Genesee County, Ashlyn Hill, WNEM TV5.
Now, if you have any information on a crime where you live, you are encouraged to call Crime Stoppers at 1-800-422-JAIL. Switching gears now, you're taking a live look over the Tri-Cities and Flint. It's dark now, but wow, what a fantastic Mother's Day it was.
Happy Mother's Day to all the moms out there. It was a great day to spend some time outside with Mom. TV5 meteorologist Dan Drew joins us from the First Warn 5 Weather Center. Dan, is it going to look this good for the rest of the week?
maybe not the rest of the week, but we at least can get a little extra happiness in as we get into tomorrow as well. So that's something to look forward to, but there's a little bit of a double-edged sword. We'll get to that in just a second. Here's a look at our I-69 camera this evening, and everything looking clear outside, and we're not dealing with any real travel issues outside right now. First Warn 5 Sky Tracker showing those clear skies across all of mid-Michigan. And that's going to allow temperatures to drop like a rock, especially when we factor in that winds are going to be pretty light this evening. Temperatures right now, we're looking at 50 degrees in Flint. It's 50 currently in Lapeer, 49 in Owasso. We're looking at 48 in Saginaw, 46 in Midland, 56 right now in Bay City. The rest of mid-Michigan really depends on where you're at. We're still dealing with 40s in and around the thumb. 40 degrees right now in Bad Axe, 48 in Port Hope, and 51 currently in Clare. Now, we also do have a frost advisory in effect for our northern counties. That's going to run until 8 a.m. tomorrow morning. So if you're around Houghton Lake, Oscoda, areas like that, you're going to make sure that you want to cover up those plants this evening. Now, as you take out the kids to the bus stop tomorrow morning, you're certainly going to want to keep a jacket with them. It's going to be sunny, so they're only going to need it tomorrow morning, but once things start to change a little bit tomorrow afternoon, well, they might not need that jacket anymore. We're going to continue to see sunshine tomorrow, but the question is, what about those temperatures? How warm do they manage to get? Well, we'll certainly let you know coming up in your First Warn 5 hour-by-hour forecast in just a few minutes. Cameron and Elena.
Developing tonight, police continue to investigate a shooting that has left one man fighting for his life. It happened around 12:30 yesterday in the parking lot of Flint Northern High School. The victim is a 22-year-old black man. Police say EMS transported him to Hurley Hospital. That is where he is in critical condition tonight. If you have any information on this shooting, please call Flint Police or Crime Stoppers.
Another video has surfaced of a disturbance on an airplane, this time on a JetBlue flight. The Burke family says they were kicked off a plane going from New Jersey to Las Vegas, and it was the wife's birthday. They had stored a cake in the overhead storage, but they were asked to move the cake several times. Cameron Burke, who was recording this video, said they followed orders, but were still asked to leave the plane. JetBlue claims that the Burkes became agitated and aggressive toward flight staff.
New information on North Korea's most recent missile launch. The country said the missile it tested this weekend can carry a nuclear warhead. The missile landed in the Sea of Japan, hitting the water about 60 miles off the coast of Russia. U.S. officials say this puts a damper on any possibility of Kim Jong-un speaking with the president.
Having a missile test is not the way to sit down with the president, because he's absolutely not going to do it. And I can tell you, he can sit there and say all the conditions he wants. Until he meets our conditions, we're not sitting down with him.
White House statement. An analyst said if the missile has the range to hit Guam, other countries would think twice before attacking North Korea in fear of a nuclear retaliation.
Countries around the globe were hit with what officials are calling the biggest cyber attack ever.
But coming up, find out how one Michigan man was the key to stopping it all.
And thousands of athletes came to mid-Michigan to take home the gold. Still ahead, find out how many teams were hoping to place #1 at the Midland Invitational Tournament.
Remember, for breaking news and weather any hour of the day, like us on Facebook. That's where you'll find the latest headlines, Facebook Live reports, and up-to-the-minute weather information.
And, of course, remember to stay with your WNEM TV5 for overnight news, weather, and traffic. But first, here's Dan.
Hi, guys. Your weather in 5 words this evening: a frosty night for some. Where's that going to be? I'll let you know. And how cold does it manage to drop? I'll let you know coming up in the First Warn 5 hour-by-hour forecast.
It's a surprise squad just in time for Mother's Day.
Colette Boyd, TV5 Surprise Squad, how are you?
The TV5 Surprise Squad, Monday at 5:15 p.m. Here in Michigan, we know the weather is going to change. It doesn't matter what time of year it is. The First Warn 5 Storm Team is Mid-Michigan's most accurate weather team. WNEM First Warn 5 is weather coverage you can count on.
The MSA from Central Michigan University's global campus is the perfect blend of career-focused administrative skills and vital leadership abilities.
My MSA from CMU provided me with a true picture of today's workplace. Within months of earning my degree, I was promoted.
My MSA helped motivate me to be successful in every aspect of my career.
Now, let's talk about your MSA. Contact Central Michigan University's global campus in Flint, Saginaw, and online.
Why did we design the XT Enduro Series to deliver strength, versatility, and the industry's leading warranty? Because the reason you do all of this is so you can do more of this. This is Strongsville. And this is where it starts, at your locally owned Cub Cadet dealer, where you can find expert service, advice, and exceptional financing.
Stop by your locally owned Cub Cadet dealer, Wolfile Hardware and Tools, today.
Spring is here, and it's the perfect time to get into a new Ford. With huge savings on Michigan's best-selling brand. Now enjoy spring in a stylish Ford Fusion. Or hit the road in a new 2017 Escape. Get a Fusion with zero financing for 72 months, plus $1,500 cash back, or lease for just $139 a month. See your neighborhood Michigan Ford dealer today.
Getting to work or getting around town?
Know before you go. TV5 Live on Time Traffic. Mornings 4:30 a.m. to 7 a.m.
WNEM's First Warn 5 Pinpoint Doppler Radar is brought to you by Schumacher Insurance Agency, your local auto owner's agent.
A Michigan computer engineer figured out how to stop what is being called the biggest cyber attack ever. Authorities say a hacker or a group of hackers created ransomware called WannaCry using stolen NSA tools. The software locks down all computer files and demands $300 to release them. It spread quickly and impacted more than 200,000 computers in 150 countries. But security expert Darian Huss reverse engineered the program and found a kill switch left by the creators in place to disable it.
It really did not take long to figure out that there was a kill switch feature in it. The individual or individuals responsible for this aren't very sophisticated. It feels really amateur hour to me.
Experts say so far victims have paid about $32,000 to free their files.
A shooting range in southeastern Michigan is looking to teach women about gun safety and personal protection. The group, called Legally Armed in Detroit, is hoping for 600 participants in its session in Taylor. The session will include a safety briefing, how to use the gun, and time at the gun range. No previous firearms experience is required for this session. This is the 6th year for the event.
The Detroit Institute of Arts is looking to bring more art to your hometown. The DIA is expanding its popular program that puts artwork outdoors in areas of Michigan that are deemed culturally underserved. Munsoning and Sturgis are the first places to receive the artwork this year. More sites will be posted on the museum's website.
Well, TV5 News at 11 will be right back after this break.
Meteorologist Dan Drew takes a look at your full forecast as we start the work week.
Drone 5, Mid-Michigan's first drone, giving you a whole new way to look at local news.
Come on. Can you believe this, cable guy? I took the day off for this. That's it. I give up. I'm taking a shower. Oh my goodness, I'm here! Seriously? An entire day wasted for this.
I hear you. Now let's change that.
Yes.
Stop waiting for the cable guy. Switch to Dish and get reliable 75-minute arrival windows. Dish, tuned into you.
I thought I'd lost my business in that fire, but my agent was there before the flames were out. He said together we're going to rebuild. Our employees depended on it. My independent agent and auto owners made sure we didn't skip a beat. I mean, we didn't miss a single payroll.
For whatever lies ahead, we're always there. Auto Owners Insurance.
Yider Insurance Group in Midland is your local independent auto owners insurance agency.
For your absolute best price on a new Silverado, head to Truck Country. That's Richardson Chevrolet Buick in Standish. Drive a loaded four-wheel drive Silverado with remote start, trailering package, dual climate control, power driver seat, and more for only $149 per month. Get ready for summer with the new Equinox. Get one with remote start, heated seats, aluminum wheels, power driver seat, and more for only $99 per month. We have a fantastic selection of Chevrolets and Buicks to choose from, all with huge savings. That's Richardson Chevrolet Buick on US 23 in Standish.
Dr. Phil, weekdays at 4 on WNEM TV5.
Military vet turned police officer turned memorial maker, Nick is a true hero.
Nick's done several memorials here in town. He just has a heart for service.
Nick Seafeld, we are here to honor you, and there's a whole bunch of other people that want to do the same thing. Treat the hero in your life to a fresh frozen custard, Culver's Concrete Mixer.
It's about honoring the ones that were before you and the ones that are after you.
Come to Culver's to celebrate your hero.
In more local news, thousands of athletes took to the field this weekend as Mid-Michigan became Soccer Central. The annual Midland Invitational Tournament kicked off on Friday afternoon. More than 175 teams showed off their fancy footwork, competing in over 300 games throughout the weekend. The games were held at the Midland Soccer Complex.
And bikers from across Michigan came together at the Mother's Day Motorcycle Swap Meet and Bike Show. Bikes, bike parts, clothing, and accessories were on display. This is Michigan's longest-running spring ritual for Mid-Michigan bikers. Proceeds from today's show will go to Camp Fishtails, which offers specialized camping experiences for people with special needs.
Certified most accurate by Weather Rate. Now your First Warn 5 forecast with meteorologist Dan Giroux.
A gorgeous day is turning into a bit of a chilly night. The bright side, there's no rain outside. Here's a look at First Warn 5 Pinpoint Doppler, live from MBS in 3D. Not a drop of rain from Flint up to Houghton Lake and anywhere in between. Let's go ahead and jump outside and show you what's going on right now in Saginaw. Looking at a temperature of 48 degrees, so it is starting to cool off a little bit. These winds out of the east at 6, not really doing too much to hurt anything, though, so that it's at least a little bit of good news. Our next stop, that's going to be in Bay City, looking at a temperature of 50 degrees. Still looking very beautiful outside, though. And our final stop, that's going to be in Flint, looking at a temperature of 50 degrees as well. And I-75 moving along very smoothly. So other temperatures across mid-Michigan right now, we're looking at 46 currently in Midland. It's 51 right now in Clare, 43 currently in Oscoda. So we are seeing these temperatures gradually cool off. The strongest of that cooling going to be in our northern counties from Houghton Lake to East Tawas, Oscoda, Harrisville. Going to be seeing some cooler temperatures this evening, so keep that in mind. Now, First Warn 5 Sky Tracker showing clear skies across a good portion of the Midwest. There is a low pressure that is centered over the Dakotas and Minnesota. That does have the opportunity to bring us a chance for some scattered showers into tomorrow night and Tuesday morning, but really not going to be dealing with too much as we go through tomorrow. Certainly going to be dealing with clear skies once again for the most part. Closer to home, we've got clear skies all across mid-Michigan. That trend is going to continue overnight, and that combined with some of these light and variable winds are going to allow those temperatures to really drop off, especially in our northern counties. But Tri-Cities, Flint, the Thumb, Mount Pleasant, still going to be dealing with above chilly temperatures. So it's not going to be terrible outside. But your First Warn 5 hour-by-hour forecast starting at midnight tonight showing mainly clear skies. And so not a bad evening for stargazing. Now, when you wake up tomorrow morning, we're going to be dealing with plenty of sunshine, but because of the clear skies overnight and those temperatures really starting to drop, it's going to be chilly when you wake up. So when you wake up for school and work tomorrow morning, make sure you keep the coat handy because it is going to be a little bit on the cool side. But once we start to fast forward to noon, we continue to see that sunshine. So when you head out to lunch, it's really not going to be too bad by that point. Maybe a light jacket still if needed, but we are going to continue to see that warming trend as we go through the day with plentiful sunshine. By the time you start leaving for home tomorrow afternoon, well, we're going to be dealing with plenty of sunshine. So those temperatures are going to be pushing 70 degrees. And then tomorrow evening, we do start to see a little bit of cloud cover build in our northern areas, but not too much until the overnight hours when we start to see the opportunity for a few scattered showers. So tonight, we do have a frost advisory in effect for our northern counties. That runs until 8 a.m. tomorrow morning, but that does not include the Tri-Cities, Flint, the Thumb, or Mount Pleasant. And then tonight, temperatures dropping down to around 43 degrees. In our northern counties, expect temperatures to drop down into the upper 30s at the very least. under these clear skies and winds very light and variable. Then for your day tomorrow, expect temperatures into the 70s or at least close to the low 70s under mostly sunny skies. Winds going to be light and variable. Your first 7-day forecast, temperatures going to continue to climb as we go into the next couple of days. Wednesday even looking in mid to upper 80s for highs, if you can believe that. And then temperatures start to fall back off later. But enjoy that sunshine while we have the opportunity, because it's not going to last too long, guys.
All right, Dan, we will enjoy it. Thank you, sir. Well, new tonight, he's out of the bushes and back behind the podium. Spicy was back on SNL in the latest sketch featuring Miss Melissa McCarthy as White House Press Secretary Sean Spicer.
And this time, McCarthy, Spicer, and Alec Baldwin's Trump, well, they met face to face. Let's take a look.
I need to fight Trump! I promise I'll talk better! I can do this anymore, Mr. Trump. They're saying that you're gonna replace me with Sarah.
Sean, come on, I would never do that. She doesn't have your special spice, salt and pepper, a little bit of sugar.
No. Mr. President, stop.
You like when I do that, Sean?
No. It just tickles a little.
Yeah.
Like that little bit of sugar. Well, that wasn't the only sketch Baldwin's Trump played in the show last night. The faux president also opened the show in an interview with network anchor Lester Holt, who was played by Michael Shea.
Now, the episode aired as part of SNL's live coast-to-coast experiment. I wanted one of those rideable podiums. It seems like a really fun ride.
I don't know if it had to be electric. It was pretty quiet. I mean,
think it was like one of those Segway.
I was just thinking the same thing.
That's exactly what it was.
That's exactly what it was.
We've solved the case. Well, we are done with our investigative reporting and asking all of the tough questions about podiums and segways tonight. The news continues tomorrow morning at 4:30. Sports Extra starts right now.
Now, with coverage you can count on, you're watching Sports Extra.
Happy Mother's Day to all the moms out there.